Good day and welcome to another episode of our tutorial question. Okay, here is another question we have on our board. Using completing the square method, solve correct to two decimal places. So this is what they want us to solve. X minus 2 over 4 equals to x plus 2 over 2x. So we are going to solve this and using the completing the square method. All right, so let's get into it. So what's the first thing we have to do first? We have to do a process called what? Cross multiplication. We do a process called what? Cross multiplication, which means the value here we multiply the value here, and the value down here we multiply the one up here. So since since this is what we have here, so let's go. So this we multiply this, that will be 2x open bracket x minus 2, okay, equal to this with this, which is 4 open bracket x plus 2 close bracket. Okay, so let's expand this bracket. So 2x times x, that will be 2x squared, minus 2x times 2, that will be what? 4x, equal to 4 times x, that will be 4x, 4 times 2, that will be plus what? 8. All right, so let's move everything into and equate everything to 0. So that will mean 2x squared minus 4x. This is plus 4x. When it comes here, it will be minus 4x. This is plus 8. When it comes here, it will be what? Minus 8, equal to 0. So let's do this. Let's add the one that we are going to add. So this will be 2x squared minus 4x minus 4x. So that's minus 8x minus 8 equal to 0. Okay, so after resolving this, we are led to what? To a quadratic equation. So we are led to a what? To a quadratic equation. So in order for us to solve this quadratic equation, then the instruction says we should use a what? A completing the square method. And if you want to get a good grasp of this method, you can check my previous video. I've explained how you can use completing the square method in solving this quadratic equation like this. Okay, so today again we are going to make use of the completing the square method to solve this quadratic equation. So let's pay attention and let's see how we can do it. Now this is a quadratic equation, and we want to use the completing the square method. Now the first thing you have to do if you want to use completing the square method is that what? The coefficient of x squared must be what? Must be 1. The coefficient of x squared must be 1. If it is not 1, which means you ensure that what? The value here, you ensure that it is equivalent to 1. And how do you do that? What you do is you divide through by what? By the coefficient of the x squared. You divide each of these term, you divide them excuse me, you divide them by what? By the coefficient of what? Of x squared. That's how you ensure that the coefficient of this x squared is 1. So that's the first step you have to do if you want to use completing the square method. So let's go. So what you now do here is this. So divide through by 2. So that will mean 2x squared over 2 minus 8x over 2 minus 8 over 2 equals to 0 over 2. Okay, so with this, so let's divide. So this we divide this, and this will give us what? 4. and this will also give us 4, and this one will be what? Will be 0. So let's write out what we have. So here we are having what? 1x squared, which is the same thing as saying what? X squared minus, here we have a 4x, which is this 4x. Okay, then we have this to be what? Minus 4, okay, equal to 0. All right, so if we are here now, so we've ensured that what? The coefficient of what? X squared is what? Is 1. So if you understand it up to this level, please like the video, share the video, and also subscribe if you are yet to subscribe to what? To the channel. Okay, so this is what we have now. Now the next step is what we now move to. So the next step is what? Is for us to move this number here, this value that doesn't have x. Look at this one have x, a variable of x. This one has a variable of x, but this doesn't have, which is a constant. So let's move it to what? To the other side. So it's just like saying we are collecting what? Like terms. So that will mean we'll be having what? X squared minus 4x equal to what? 0. This is minus 4. When it crosses the equal sign, it will be what? Plus 4. So we are having x squared minus 4x equals to 4. Okay, I hope we are following. We are following the process. It's a very simple and straightforward method. You just have to ensure that you don't miss the steps. Okay, so the first step is what? Ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1, which is what we've done, and we arrive at this. So the next step is what? Ensuring that what we collect like terms. Let the one without variable, let it move to the what? To the right hand side, and the one with variables, let it be on the left hand side, which is what we've done here. Now the third step is what? Is now to we want to make this side here, we want to ensure that what? It becomes a what? Or a perfect square. We want to ensure that what? It becomes a what? A perfect square. So, and how do we do that? Now we now come to this point here. We come to this point here, which is what do we have there? We have minus 4x. So the coefficient of that x, which is minus 4, you multiply the coefficient of that x, which is minus 4, multiply it by what? By half. So that what we mean by the coefficient is minus 4. So multiply it by what? By half, by 1/2. And the answer you get from here, and if you do this, the answer you will get, you'll be having minus 2. Right? So when you have this minus 2, you now what? You now add the square. You add the square. That's the square of this minus 2. You add it to this side. You also add it to this side. Let me come again. If you want to turn this to a perfect square, the coefficient of x, which is minus 4, which is what we have here, multiply it by 1/2. So the answer you get, which is minus 2, square it, which is what we have here. So take all of what you have here, add it to this left hand side, also add it to the right hand side. So this is what we are going to be having. So we are going to have x squared minus 4x plus everything here, which is minus 2 squared, okay. So we've added it to what we have on the left hand side. So you now come to the right hand side, which is 4. You add it to it also, minus 2 squared. Okay. So this is what we have. Now so this value here is now what? We've made it a what? A perfect square. So what do we need now? Let's reduce this. Let's reduce it. So in reducing it, all what we just need is what? Open a bracket. What do you have here? You just put your x. Don't put the square. Then whatever you have here, we have minus 2, so put minus 2, close the bracket, then you put your what? Square. So what this means is that by the time you expand this, bracket, this is what you will get. So this is just like a reduction of this expansion here. This is the reduction here. So this is what it will give you. It's just like saying if I factorize it, if I factorize this is what I will have. That's what it means. So so how do you pick it? Just pick this one, then what is inside the bracket here, don't forget the minus, you have to take it with it. So minus, and you have everything, you square it. Then here it will be equal to 4 plus minus 2 square. Minus 2 square is minus 2 times minus 2. Minus times minus, that's plus. 2 times 2, 4. So what we have here is what will be 4. Okay, so now let's continue. So we have x minus 2 all squared equals to 4 plus 4, which is what? Which is 8. All right, so from here we have x minus 2 equal to, that's this square, let's take it to this place, that will be what? Plus or minus square root of what? 8. Square root of what? 8. So from here we can now have it as what? X equal to minus 2, when it comes here to be 2 plus or minus square root of what? 8. So x equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 8. So let's punch our calculator. Let's punch our calculator and find the value of square root of 8. So square root of 8, okay, this is what I have, 2.828. So I'm having 2.828. So that's the square root of 8. Okay, so now this plus or minus, it means we are going to be having two values of what? Two values of x. So we have to separate it. So x will be equal to what? 2 plus 2.828, or x equals to what? 2 minus 2.828. Okay, so that's what we have there. So x equals to, this will be given us what? 4.828, or x equals to what? When we do this will be equals to what? Minus 0.828. Now the instruction says we should solve and correct to what? Two decimal places. We've already solved it, so the next thing is for us to now put it in what? In two decimal places. So that will be what? X equal to what? 4 point, the first two values we are having it what? 82. So the next value, round it off, and it will be 1. So this will be what? 83, or x equals to what? Minus 0.83. So this is our answer for this what? For this equation that we have here. So that's it, guys. So if you enjoyed what we've just done now, don't forget to share to your friends, tag your friends, and also subscribe. And I hope to meet you with more questions very soon. Thank you, and God bless.